Hey, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions, following up with another video. If you guys watched the video that I uploaded yesterday, I made it very, very clear. I made this video talking about where the NASDAQ market was currently at. I talked about previous resistance levels. I talked about why it's so important to not get too excited too soon. I don't know if people just look at the thumbnail and then they just choose to comment, or I don't know why people get so offended. It just doesn't make sense to me, right? I think if anything, it's a direct representation of how you feel about your current position that you are in life as of right now. I made it very clear that I make my YouTube videos trying to look out for the beginner trader. Looking at the NASDAQ market, which has a big focus on tech, looks like the NASDAQ market was beginning to indicate signs of recovery, but we were approaching the previous resistance level. I mean, it's as simple to see as possible. I can draw the resistance line for you. This is where we were yesterday. So instead of getting very excited and encouraging everyone to buy and to buy and to buy that, we're going to go to the moon. Yes, I understand my thumbnail. I understand what it says. It's YouTube. But if you watch the video, there is not one moment that I talk about, hey, the market is actually about to skyrocket. If anything, I try to always take risk management into consideration, which is why I talked about waiting for confirmation, waiting for the break above 14,500 for the NASDAQ index, waiting for higher highs. It's super simple. But guess what? People are impatient. They don't like to wait for confirmation. They like to buy in early. And then what happens? The market sold off 2% today. The reason people are freaking out is because of how it played out. It pushed up and then it got rejected. The CPI data came out today. It's a consumer price index. I would encourage you. It sounds super complicated. Look into it. It's simply a metric where we use to determine consumer overall economic health, right? And the thing that I need you to understand is that normally we want the CPI percentage to be 2 to 3%, right? There was an expectation of 4%. We knew that inflation was taking place. It ended up being, if I'm not mistaken, 6%, higher than expected. This obviously caused a shift. So it wasn't only, right? There's not one person that watched my video yesterday, if you actually watched it, where I talked about, hey, look out for this resistance level. And as well as the CPI data report was supposed to be released today. This was all something everyone, especially if you're part of Learn Plan Profit, we were all waiting for it. And then we wanted to wait for the market to react. So when the market began to sell off, do you think I was surprised? No. If you're part of Learn Plan Profit, in today's live trading session, I wanted to show you, I day traded TQQQ. It sold off. I viewed it to be oversold. I took advantage of an opportunity. I wanted to show you this was all caught in today's live trading. I bought, right? And then I sold. Look at my sell price, 62.86. The overall highs for the day, once the market opened, right, it began to indicate signs of an uptrend. Am I a wizard? Did I buy at the lowest price point? Heck no. I am not a perfect trader. I wanted to wait for confirmation of a reversal. I wanted to allow the direction to be in my favor, just like I wanted to wait for confirmation yesterday, right? Meaning that I wanted to see if we could break above $63. But I knew, because I pay attention to this ETF very often, that the day before there was a resistance level at 63. So in today's live trading session, I said, hey, look out for the resistance at 63. It's a resistance range. It's never perfect. You can see that it hit highs of 62.91. I don't care. I sold at 62.86 and I was okay with it. If it continued to shoot up, I can always jump back in. And that's the thing that kind of just always surprises me about people, is that they're always so eager for the market to go up. But then when it does go up, they hesitate to sell because they get so caught up in the idea of well, what if it continues to go up? And you get caught up in this whole concept of being greedy. Have your entry, have your exit. Keep it as real as possible And if things go south, you manage your risk. So when I locked in profits and then I began to see the market sell off after the CPI data and the market began to react due to higher than expected inflation, it's just like, it doesn't surprise me at all. This shouldn't surprise anyone. What has the talk been for the past 5 to 6 weeks? Inflation, right? Interest rates. This is all we've been talking about. All that supposedly the Federal Reserve, all the FUD that they're spreading. You can blame your lack of success, I guess, on everyone else. But at the end of the day, it's honestly pretty simple. It is so much easier. It's still not easy, but it's so much easier to make money when the direction is in your favor, which is why I wanted to make you aware of the resistance level yesterday. We also talked about the CPI data being released. Everyone else talked about it. A lot of people didn't wait for it. They got too confident. And if you bought at the highs and then now it's pulling back, I'm sure you're freaking out. Again, this is something that we reiterate every single time within Learn, Plan, Profit. Put yourself in a position to succeed. Stop hoping and wanting everything, but doing nothing to work towards it. If you would have kept your position light, meaning that you kept a smaller position size and the market pulled on back, yeah, it would have sucked, but it would have not sucked as bad, right? If I had a 10 or 20 or 30% position, it's like I can tolerate a pullback, but if I'm fully invested and then the market sells off, you become an emotional mess. Again, you are the sole person who can enter and exit your trades. So look out for yourself. That's all I ever want to encourage you to do. Do what's best for your future self. Set up a plan that makes sense to you, not that's just based off of hope and desire, but something that actually makes sense. Is the direction in your favor? Based off previous pattern, it doesn't make sense. Is it a good quality company if you're more on the investment side? There are simple steps that you can take now that can make a big difference. I'm still super excited to follow up with the overall NASDAQ market. Today is a nice little pullback. But guess what? Guess who is not freaking out today? People like myself, people that are part of LPP, that understood the resistance level, that prepared for it, that locked in profits. So when the market pulls back, it's literally just viewed as a sale. I don't need the market to recover tomorrow. I don't need it to recover next week. I'm not in a time crunch. And it's because I have a relaxed approach and because I'm not fully invested and eager and devastated for the market to recover. If you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, then make sure that when you choose to take a position, it's not just because you can, but because it actually makes sense. A very simple question to ask yourself. Every single time that you're about to take a trade, ask yourself, am I missing out on an opportunity by not being invested? And there's a difference from a day trade criteria and a swing trade criteria. So make sure that you understand that. But it's about missing out by not being invested, that once that criteria is actually met, then you can actually follow through with the proper planning instead of just because you can and then you wait and then things go south and you're like, dang it, that was actually very, simple-minded of me to have entered too early. I should have just waited. This is something that I'm not just saying that, oh my God, you make this mistake, you continue to fail. The reason I'm able to understand and reiterate this is because I've made this mistake so many times. So I need you guys to know that you're not alone, but I also need you guys to understand that if you want 2022 to be better than the year before, you need to make some progress. You need to implement some changes, and I'm here to just simply remind you that. So I'm very excited to follow up. Yes, today was somewhat of an unfortunate day if you put yourself in that position, but the great thing is we still have so much time this remainder of the year, and we have so much time and so much opportunity among us. It's all based off of how you choose to take advantage of it. So again, if you guys want to join us for tomorrow's live trading session, click the second link in the description and join us and the Learn, Plan, Profit 2.0 team for tomorrow's live trading. Also, if you guys want to enter our giveaway, we're giving away a custom digital storm PC plus $1,000 cash. For every $1 you spend on shoptechbuds.com, it equals 5 automatic entries. You can buy anything from a Wall Street hoodie, a mouse pad for your day trading setup, art for your wall, aluminum art, flags, again, more apparel, and even a simple trading journal. Reminder, it only takes one lucky entry to be this month's giveaway winner. So again, head on over to shoptechbuds.com or the 4th link down below to enter. I really do appreciate Gez's time. Hope that it earned you a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.